When we talk about BL couples that completely took over Asia almost overnight, there is no way we can skip Bright and Win. Because let's be honest, this wasn't just a drama pairing, this was a full-blown phenomenon. Back in 2020, when Together, the series dropped, nobody expected it to explode the way it did, but suddenly BrightWin and Netizen were everywhere. Twitter trends, Instagram edits, fan theories, ship videos, you name it. The chemistry between them didn't just stay on screen. It spilled into interviews, fan meetings, and behind-the-scenes clips, and that's where things really started getting interesting. Bright was already known as the cool, multi-talented guy, actor, singer, guitarist, with that effortless bad boy charm. Win, on the other hand, had the rich boy turned soft smile image that fans instantly fell for. Together, they became the perfect contrast, calm and playful, teasing yet comfortable, and fans couldn't get enough. Every glance, every laugh, every accidental touch during promotions became a headline. People weren't just watching Together, they were watching them. And then came the off-screen moments. Fan meetings where they sat too close. Interviews where they answered questions for each other. Bright calling Win by nicknames, Win getting shy when Bright teased him. Suddenly the question wasn't, are they acting? Anymore, it was, is there something real going on? The ship sailed so hard that BrightWin became one of the biggest BL pairings Thailand had ever seen. But as quickly as they rose, the rumors also started changing tone. After Still Together ended, fans noticed things weren't exactly the same. Promotion slowed. Public interactions became less frequent. Bright and Win stopped appearing together casually the way they used to. And you know how the internet works. Silence speaks louder than words. Netizen started whispering. Some said the ship was being soft-ended on purpose. Others blamed management, saying the company wanted to push them into straight leading man roles to protect their long-term careers. And then came the inevitable dating rumors. Bright was linked to actresses. Win was spotted at events with female co-stars. And suddenly, the fantasy bubble cracked. What really fueled the gossip was how differently they handled it. Bright leaned more into music and international projects, even collaborating globally, while Win focused heavily on fashion, luxury brands, and mainstream acting. They weren't avoiding each other publicly, but they also weren't feeding the ship anymore. To fans, that felt intentional. And the comment sections? Absolute chaos. One fan wrote, "They were never real. We just wanted them to be." Another said, "You don't act that comfortable for years and then suddenly stop unless something changed." Someone else commented, "BrightWin didn't break. The industry broke them." And of course, there were the realists saying, "They're actors. Let them live." But then there were the delusional hopefuls too. They're just private now. Real relationships don't need fan service. Watch how they still talk about each other with respect. Fans started analyzing old clips again, comparing body language from 2020 to now, looking for hidden signals that maybe, just maybe, something was still there. What makes BrightWin so fascinating even today is that there was never a scandal, never a fight, never a dramatic fallout. Just distance. And in gossip culture, distance creates more rumors than drama ever could. Were they close friends who drifted apart? Were they forced to tone things down? Or was it always just business played a little too well? Fast forward to now, and both are insanely successful in their own lanes. Bright is thriving musically and internationally, Win is dominating fashion and high-profile acting projects. They've clearly moved on professionally, but the BrightWin name still trends anytime they're mentioned in the same sentence. That alone says everything. More netizens chimed in recently saying, "No matter what they are now, BrightWin changed BL history." Another wrote, "You can move on, but you can't erase impact." And maybe the most honest comment of all, we didn't lose BrightWin. We just grew up. At the end of the day, Bright and Win might not be what fans imagine them to be, but they were exactly what that moment in time needed. A pairing that felt real enough to blur lines, strong enough to make history, and quiet enough afterward to leave fans forever wondering. And maybe that's why BrightWin still lives rent-free in everyone's minds. Not because they confirmed anything, but because they never had to. And honestly, whether Bright and Win were ever more than just co-stars or simply two people who perfectly understood how to ride a moment together, one thing is undeniable. Their impact was real. They created a BL phenomenon that still hasn't fully faded, even years later. Some fans moved on, some never did, and some are still quietly hoping for a surprise reunion that may or may not ever happen. At the end of the day, Bright and Win chose different paths, different images, and different priorities, and that's something fans will just have to accept, even if it hurts a little. The ship may not sail the way people imagined, but the legacy? That's already written. Now, I want to know what you think. Do you believe Bright and Win were ever more than just fan service? Do you think they'll ever work together again? Or is this chapter officially closed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them. If you enjoyed this deep dive into BL gossip and celebrity tea, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because trust me, more stories are coming very soon. Until next time, stay curious, stay messy, and stay tuned.